Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K, and today we're going to be going through a complete overview of the OMI token for the end of 2022. Now, this is just going to be some of the things that I'm super excited about. So anyone who has been in OMI for a little while or is new to the OMI token, this is going to be some of the main catalysts that I think are going to be fantastic drivers for OMI adoption in the coming year and so forth. So first off, we're going to go straight into it. Now, the OMI token, we know currently doesn't do anything, and that is why I am buying as much of it as I can personally. Again, do your own research, don't just copy what I'm doing. But me personally, I like to buy things before they have, the features implemented. The typical kind of saying is buy the rumor, sell the news. Again, there are, very, very strong rumors that this is what's going to happen, specifically because the team behind this is an extremely experienced team and they have a history of delivering. They may not deliver on time all the time. However, across the past 4 years that the company's been around, they have delivered, and due to that fact, they have had huge partnerships with Disney, Marvel, DC, and many other brands and companies that have yet to be announced. So some of the things that I'm looking forward to personally is the OMI staking. So again, OMI staking, that is going to be removing OMI from circulation. I have done a previous video on this where I showed that we only need around about 13 to 14,000 users staking in the top tier available right now in order to essentially reduce the OMI circulating supply to zero. Again, as people buy OMI to stake, the price of it does go up, so it doesn't really work like that. But that's just an example to show you just how powerful this mechanic is. The other kind of burn factor associated with that is anyone who chooses to unstake, and again, people do choose to unstake early, but if there's opportunity cost elsewhere, there is some burn associated with that. There's a 10% burn associated with that as well. So again, that is another feature. We also have something called the OMI to NFT system. So this allows people to use their OMI tokens to purchase NFTs directly on the secondary market. There is a burn associated with that, normally the 2.5% fee. That is what's essentially going to VeVe. In this case, is going to be OMI that is burned. But on top of that, OMI to NFT is going to be a way of getting liquidity into the VeVe app to increase the amount of liquidity circulating within the app, and is a way to kind of get people to adopt the use of OMI. And we have recently received let's say a leak that transacting in OMI will contribute towards rewards in the app. So again, that is another feature. And then on top of that, we also have the OMI drop raffle. Now this has been revised a bit. There's going to be a golden ticket system. So the golden ticket there, again, we have been told that there are two things it can do. Pure speculation, I believe the golden ticket that you get for staking OMI is going to be used to redeem exclusive super scarce premium collectibles. How that will work, we'll just have to wait to see, but we do know it does two different things. So again, this is going to be something else that drives OMI adoption, because right now, as I said, OMI does not do anything. Now moving on, we know as of right now, the metaverse is a heating up topic. I personally am a believer that metaverse based projects are going to be the, let's say, catalyst for the next bull run. They're going to be the main kind of trend. This past bull run, I would say it was mostly Web3 based gaming. Previous bull run, I felt that it was heavily based around decentralized exchange tokens, the whole kind of rise of DeFi. And so the next bull run, I believe, is going to be focused heavily around metaverse tokens. So we know that Sand, Sandbox, Decentraland, Illuvium, these kind of projects, they have done quite well due to the sale of land. However, VeVeVerse, I believe, is going to be on top of all of them just because of all the big brands that they have on board. This is, you cannot stress enough that this is going to be the metaverse of huge brands such as Disney, DC, and so forth. So what can we expect? Now, using a simple example, Illuvium in a bear market did $72 million worth of land sales. I believe in a bull market, and with the VeVeVerse, having all of these huge partnerships on board and all that reach, I believe they can very easily do double that, and double that would wipe out about 2/3 of the current market cap of OMI, because as the team has said before, any VeVe IP, in this case VeVeVerse land, the VeVe accessories, etc., because there is no licensor to pay, they can afford to do those ones purely in OMI if they so choose, and burn that OMI. Now, it's reasonable to assume that they may choose to burn a majority of the OMI and, do it that way. I'm not sure if they would burn 100%, but, when I say burn, I believe it's going to be used to top up the reserve wallet, which again is non-circulating supply. So, we can just count that as being permanently gone. So, again, Metaverse land sales is another huge catalyst. VeVeVerse is going to be a driving force in that for sure. Now, another big one linked to the VeVeVerse is burning OMI tokens within the VeVeVerse. So this is an interesting one, right? Previously on Wormhole, Dan Crovers was interviewed about his thoughts on VeVeVerse with OMI token burning. So when the VeVeVerse is out, and there will be a demo of it towards next month actually at Decon LA, get the first looks of it. What would gamification do in terms of the OMI token? Well, here is a short clip.
I would say that, yeah, the gamification side of VeVe is definitely an evolution. Will there be ways that you can burn OMI? Absolutely. And, that's one of some of the news that we'll be releasing with the Master Collector program, is a whole bunch of options for burning in the...
So there you go. We have confirmation from Daniel Crovers, who is the COO of VeVe, that VeVeVerse gamification is going to have a heavy element of burning the OMI token inside it. Again, that is fantastic. We do know that, on top of everything else VeVe IP related, accessories and kind of user generated content, that's going to be, a potential aspect of the VeVeVerse. They have already confirmed that accessories is another way of burning the OMI token. And then within VeVe, the VeVeVerse, I believe similarly to what they've advertised previously, that premium market listings as a way to advertise what you have, that is going to also burn OMI tokens. Similarly, within the VeVeVerse, because it is got a very heavy social element to it, I believe certain more premium social features, they can also be attaching some form of OMI burn to that as well. So there are a lot of options here that they can use. Now, in terms of a previous feature which they had to turn off due to compliance. So the SEC has been coming down quite heavily on Ripple. That lawsuit, I believe, is going to be concluded soon, and I believe Ripple will come out on top. But due to the gray area, ECOMI decided to stop with the OMI token buybacks. This system was essentially using 10% of the revenue that they raised to buy back the OMI token. Now, buying back your own token, that is a bit of a gray area right now. However, with more clarity, we are starting to see, the potential of bringing the buybacks back. Now, if we wanted to do it in the original system, there are, however, ways to still utilize that buyback fund. They are still accumulating, sales revenue in that fund. That hasn't gone anywhere. But to utilize that fund in a compliant way, they do actually have options, and I've previously covered through some of the options. I have spoken about Reese about some of the options, and I believe we will find out the system that they're going to go for. But just as a bit of thought, they said that for this kind of a coming year, they wanted to do $1 billion in revenue. Now, if they are allocating 10% of the buyback fund for buying back, or removing OMI from circulation, let's call it that, rather than buyback, then that is $100 million worth. Now, $100 million as of today is like, I think that's about a third of the entire market cap of OMI. So again, that's just another feature that can remove OMI from circulation. And I believe, again, this is going to be a consistent burn as well. So because I personally do see VeVe being relevant for a very, very long time with everything else around it. So again, that is another perk for the OMI token. Now, on top of that, we know that OMI marketing is something that didn't really happen. However, that is something that is on their backlog. And here's an example, right? So those who know me know that I have, a relationship with the people at Coin Bureau. And Filippo is one of the writers. And he kind of discovered OMI through myself and someone else's channel, because we make a lot of OMI content. And so, they did this kind of really nice promotional article for OMI, kind of giving a full overview of the tokenomics, what VeVe is doing, etc. And this was just one article, but it did have a lot of reach. Obviously, it is, within Coin Bureau, but we will be seeing a lot more of this. They did also trial some influencer marketing with CryptoZaros. I believe we are going to see a lot more of the actual true Web3 based marketing, not just, licensors tweeting about VeVe and then people discovering OMI through that. So again, this is something they haven't done, or haven't done, to the extent that we can expect, but we will see more of this when the OMI token is fully integrated in VeVe, and that is going to be, when the whole machine is ready to go. Now, again, like I said, the metaverse is a big topic, and what's interesting, exactly what I was predicting, is the OMI token is now being considered a metaverse token. So within Paul Barron's portfolio, we have Decentraland, we've got Sand, we have ApeCoin, Maluvium, but we now also have the OMI token. And a lot more of these kind of funds, they are looking for new metaverse tokens to get involved in. A lot of VCs, who have money to throw around. I've met quite a few in Dubai, for example. They are looking for metaverse based projects with good partnerships. With the rebranding of the OMI token as an actual metaverse token, that again is going to take place once the VeVeverse is rolled out, the first iteration of it at least. Then we can start to see some more mass adoption of OMI. Right now, we are seeing a heavy amount of liquidity flowing into land sales. Recently, we saw, Virtua and the Cardano land sale generating quite a lot of revenue. And that's just purely our speculation around this metaverse space. But with a token that has huge companies, involved in the ecosystem that token powers, then we can definitely see a lot more movement there. Now, one huge point, and I would say an honorable mention, goes to the token being fully diluted. Now, this is a deal breaker for me. There are fantastic projects out there that I have looked at. Illuvium, for example, IMX I've spoken about. And although those projects are fantastic, they've got, great teams, they have, a very good product that's being developed. The problem that I have is, for example, IMX, only about 13% of the token is in circulation. There is still a lot more unlocks. Same with Illuvium, there are, VC unlocks happening. And with OMI, because, if we go back, this token has been, ECOMI's been around for about 4 years actively. This token, the kind of, unlocks started happening around about 2021, kind of early 2021. But people who had the token since, 2019 Q2, they've been waiting for a solid, 3 years now, coming up to 4 years. So they had to deal with the FUD of, hey, these founders are going to dump on you when their tokens unlock. Hey, these founders are going to dump on you. However, yes, some of the founders did sell off their OMI tokens. We know that already. We tracked that. But we no longer have to deal with token unlocks, some random VC coming in and dropping, a billion OMI tokens on you. We currently, what is in circulation, that is what's there. That is all. You don't need to worry about any more additional tokens entering circulation. So from there, that is a point where we can start to see some true deflationary tokenomics, a lack of tokens in circulation. So that again is another feature, and obviously extending from that, as we start to see more development in this space, more adoption, we will see more partnerships. We've seen, third-party burns being introduced. Again, I kind of discount those. It's just a nice bonus to have, but we know, Epico Regal, they have a reserve of OMI that's going to be sent to the reserve wallet, i.e. burned. We know the Fishies, Brock's project's also doing that. Cooper has some games, and there will be more and more third-party burn. Again, I personally see that as just a bonus. It's not, you know, anything that I see as of right now a major contributor to the burn that I am kind of excited about. But, you know, as those projects kind of grow, that burn, you know, hopefully does make more of a significant kind of daily impact as well. So those are just some of the features. There are a lot more kind of catalysts, I would say, for the OMI token, and I am actually trying to buy some more right now. The issue that I am having is OMI is kind of trading at a pretty annoying price range. So as you can see, I have a buy order of about 500,000 tokens. I am dollar cost averaging at 0.001203. Currently it has gone up in price actually. It is 0.00126. Might be partly to do with the hype around New York Comic Con. You know, more people gaining awareness of the OMI token from there. But it is, you know, hopefully going to retest around this kind of lower 0.0012 region, and my order fills. But I am anticipating, you know, the whole crypto market, everything to come down lower, just because we haven't seen the true impact of inflation and everything else yet. So yeah, I am going to continue dollar cost averaging the OMI token. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to go through with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.